There it is, Andrea. You see that check mark? It just popped up. Our decision desk within the last 2 minutes has officially called this Democratic Senate primary in Kentucky for Amy McGrath over Charles Booker. McGrath will advance to face Mitch McConnell in what will certainly be an uphill fight for her in a very red state in the fall, but one that will get plenty of national attention, I'm sure.
Well, congratulations, sociopath Mitch McConnell. You're likely on your way to re-election because Charles Booker was an awesome candidate. And Amy McGrath, well, her strategy is to be a pro-Trump Democrat. Seriously.
If you think about why Kentuckians voted for Trump, they wanted to drain the swamp, and Trump said that he was going to do that. Trump promised to bring back jobs. He promised to lower drug prices for so many Kentuckians, and that is very important. And you know what? Who stops them along the way? Who stops the president from doing these things? Well, Mitch McConnell. And I think that that's really important, and that's going to be, my message, that the things that Kentuckians voted for Trump for are not being done. He's not able to get it done because of Senator McConnell.
That is mind-numbingly stupid. She's trying to thread this needle while still going after Mitch McConnell, but pandering to the pro-Trump elements in her state of Kentucky. Can you name one instance, where Mitch McConnell has blocked any aspect of Trump's agenda? That falls apart right away under the most minimal amount of scrutiny. And then you cave on the framing that Trump is correct. That's what you're going with, that Trump's ideas are correct. So what do you have to contrast yourself with? Trump's going to endorse Mitch McConnell, Amy. Did you think that far ahead? Because your entire argument just dissipates right away. And thirdly, Trump's losing popularity by the second. By the second. This strategy is so short-term focused and just flimsy. It's unbelievable. And by the way, another reason why Mitch McConnell is going to beat her, I'm pretty sure of it, even as anti-Trump sentiment radiates throughout the country, and Kentucky is experiencing some activism on the left that's pushing back against its true red, deep red tendencies. She lost her race before, when she was trying to run for Congress 2 years ago, to a pretty meek Republican. She doesn't have a winning track record, but she's a centrist and she won't threaten the status quo, and Chuck Schumer likes her and fundraised for her and pushed all these big money donors onto her. So here's a summation of who she is as a candidate by our friend Ryan Grimm after she lost her 2018 race and entered the Senate race against the Senate primary race to take on Mitch McConnell. McGrath is a perfect encapsulation of what's wrong with the party because her rise can't simply be blamed on the deformed strategic thinking of Democratic leaders. To be sure, sources in Kentucky say Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer heavily recruited McGrath, believing she's just the fighter to beat McConnell. When McGrath ran for her House seat, she won over primary voters with the intoxicating combination of imperialism, tokenistic feminism, and resistance. She launched her House campaign with a viral ad celebrating her role as a bomber pilot, going so far as to use actual footage of a bombing in which, presumably, human beings were incinerated, their nightmarish last moments becoming fodder for a political ad. It's been viewed nearly 2 million times and helped win a close primary. Most Democratic voters, in fact, oppose the Iraq War and want to see an end to the ongoing one in Afghanistan. Their support for McGrath then was likely not because they automatically support bombings around the world, but McGrath framed her campaign video as a story of a woman overcoming the patriarchy to fulfill her dream of becoming a fighter pilot. Schumer leapt at the chance to recruit her. He likely figured she'd be able to raise gobs of money online, meaning he wouldn't need to worry about the Kentucky campaign. Until at least it began. Appropriately scathing words from our friend Ryan Grimm. So she's an enormous war hawk. She glorified killing people as a bomber pilot, and so much so that she put it in her campaign ad. Now she's running a pro-Trump strategy with no coherent ideology. Candidates that don't have messages, with the exception of Joe Biden because he's running against Trump, usually don't have a shot in hell. Taking out Mitch McConnell, it could have been the most glorious moment, and Charles Booker, he was a firebrand. He was awesome, and he has an extremely bright future in politics. I mean, look him up. He's one of the best progressives out there, insurgent progressives, especially in red states. So it's just, she personifies so much of what's bad about the Democratic Party. Bland feminism that means nothing. It's all about just representation and Yas Queen. Tons of corporate donations and big money donors. And again, an ideology that stands for nothing except winning. Except winning. And when all you stand for is winning, you usually don't win.